Hey, I'm Jake. I started this channel, Sublime Awakening. It's a sublime awakening. I've heard it called a spiritual awakening. It could be some form of enlightenment. Believe me, I'm not claiming to be enlightened, but I did discover a new lifestyle after trauma that, believe me, I never thought was possible. So I feel compelled and called to kind of share this information. I'm not a professional therapist, so this isn't what this channel is about. But hopefully it's a resource because maybe you're like me, you're looking for answers from others who have maybe lived through trauma, or maybe you're in like a state of like, hopelessness where you're wondering, is there anything else out there? And in my case, I was convinced that I was destined to live with anxiety, addiction, plagued by kind of like a black cloud. And I was totally wrong about all those things. For what it's worth, I'm alcohol free and have been for a couple of years now. And I was convinced that life was, kind of a ripoff. And I was totally wrong about that. Life has exceeded my expectations in many ways, shapes, and forms. So, anyhow, I started a video a couple days ago, and I wrote a script here, and I put that script in CapCut, and then CapCut made like an AI video, and I enjoyed that process, but I didn't get many views on it. So I thought maybe there's a chance YouTube doesn't like AI generated videos, and I could be just making that up. But the main point is, since I wrote the script, I want to read it and discuss it. And if it's a resource for you and you can connect with what I'm about to say, then you should subscribe and pass this information on. Because if you're like me and you're looking for answers, but you don't really want to get into the therapy, then you're in the right spot. I mean, some of my other videos, I have kind of this aggressive tone about facing down your dark side. Because ultimately, when it's all said and done, that is what I had to do. I had to address a dark side of myself, and that's a long story. Don't want to yap too long here. I want to share this script and see where it goes, and we'll take it from there. So the script is as follows. Are you secretly sabotaging your own life? If you had a rough childhood like I did, you probably learned to stay small to survive. You may have been taught to take care of everyone else while ignoring your own needs. We learned how to hide our pain and keep going. That made us strong. But now, as adults, that same survival mindset is keeping us stuck. We're not in danger anymore, but deep down, we still act like we are. I used to block my own success. I thought I wasn't good enough. I thought I would fail if I tried too hard. That mindset came from years of gaslighting and trauma. People in my own family didn't even realize the trauma I was experiencing and going through. They said, after I wrote my book, Hollow, they said I had no idea. And these are people that are pretty close to the family. So that's where that gaslighting came in, because there was a point when somebody kind of thought that I was overreacting. And again, that's a different story, but let's move on here. The truth, the story I believed about myself wasn't even mine. It was built by people who were broken too. Once I started noticing those lies, really noticing, I began to change. That's when my life turned around. I talk about this in my book, Hollow, how a young man turned childhood trauma into music. In it, I share real strategies to help you break the cycle and take your life back. Here's my story, short version. So we moved a lot. I lost my mother early. I was 9 years old. That is kind of an unresolved murder mystery. I wrote about it in Hollow. I think I know how it all happened, but there was never any legal closure to the case. My dad couldn't keep a stable home. The stress, pain, and unhealthy patterns added up fast. As an adult, I carried all of it, and I repeated the cycle. I was angry, I was hard to be around, and I blamed the world for how I felt. I didn't realize I was part of the problem. And that realization, that awakening, is why I started this channel. It took me years, but I broke the cycle. I earned multiple degrees, including a master's degree. I also have a degree in family and consumer science. Behind me, you'll see some books about the family. I was fascinated by families, like what a normal, healthy family looked like. I got a degree in it, a bachelor's degree about family systems, And I bought a lot of books on my own. People that don't know me would see my psychology books and my family, my Bradshaw books, and say, "So, is that part of your class?" And I would say, "Sure." But the fact of the matter is, no, it was just something I wanted to learn more about. Most importantly, I found a piece that I didn't think was possible. If you think life is a scam, I get it. I thought that too. But maybe, just maybe, you are wrong. You're not broken, you're programmed. And it's time to rewrite that code. So let me ask you this, and this is going to sound harsher than I want it to, but it's also a direct form of tough love, which in my case, that's exactly what I needed to hear. I'm done talking about trauma. I'm done with all the people feeling sympathy and empathy. It's great, obviously. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. But when push comes to shove, I needed to ask myself some pretty difficult questions. Here they come. Who are you waiting for to rescue you? Who's supposed to show up and change everything? Newsflash. They ain't coming. But you are. You are the one you've been waiting for. And your future is waiting for you. The real you, the authentic you, the you that's been covering up all these years. So that's my script that I put on the other video with some Pixar animation. I love doing that stuff. But again, didn't get many views, so I thought maybe just having a conversation would be best. Hopefully this helps you, and if it does, drop a like, leave a comment. Maybe you have a solution for the rest of us also. And if so, leave a comment. I'll find you. I'll connect with you. We can email. Maybe you want to be a guest on the Sublime Awakening podcast. It's not about complaining, it's about solutions. So, yeah, keep that in mind if something struck a chord within you and you think you want to kind of connect. All right. So, thanks for your attention to this video. Hopefully, it's helpful. If not, just pass it on and be well and subscribe for more. All right. Thanks.